There's this quiet fear that no one really talks about. You wake up one morning in your mid 20s and realize you've been moving, working, scrolling, and spending, but not really going anywhere. Everything feels loud, fast, and empty. And deep down, you start to wonder, what if I never figure it out? I see it every day in the trades. Guys twice my age, same jobs, same companies, always blaming something, the weather, the boss, the economy, but never once stop to look at themselves. And I say this with love, not ego. If you're still broke in 2025, it's probably your fault. And I know that because 2 years ago, it was mine too. There was this one winter I'll never forget. We were deep in a crawl space, freezing our hands off, fiberglass everywhere. And all I could think about was payday. I got home, showered, sat down, and checked my account. Money in, money gone. Tools, rent, gas, food, it was all gone. I realized I wasn't living, I was just surviving. That night, I stopped pretending like I was fine. I opened a spreadsheet for the first time in my life and started tracking every dollar. It was depressing at first, but after a few weeks, I started to notice patterns. How much I wasted on food, small splurges, random Amazon junk. I wasn't broke because I didn't make enough. I was broke because I didn't respect my own money. My lead hand, Ben, was the same age as me, 25. He was one of those guys that just got it. Smart, calm, never lost his cool. If a furnace blew up mid-install, he'd just take a sip of coffee and figure it out. One morning, he handed in his 2-week notice, and the whole shop went quiet. Even Pat, Wayne's wife, who runs the company with him, got super emotional. She cried right there in front of everyone. Ben wasn't leaving out of anger or burnout. He just told me, I hit the ceiling here. I need to see what else I can do. And that line completely hit me, right? Because it made me realize most people aren't broke because they're stuck. They're broke because they stopped moving. They hit a ceiling and decide to live under it. We live in a generation that confuses noise for progress. You scroll through motivational clips, podcasts, investment reels, and it feels like you're doing something and you're consuming, not creating. You'll hear a quote about grind harder, save it, and then do nothing with it. You'll say you're investing, but you're just gambling. You'll say you're tired, but you slept just fine. You're just unmotivated. The truth, you're addicted to distraction, and comfort will rob you long before failure ever does. It's crazy. People say they're scared to lose money, but they lose time every day and they do not even notice. When I finally started taking things seriously, it wasn't glamorous. No crypto moonshots, no overnight wins, just consistency. Every paycheck, a little bit invested. Every raise, I increased my savings before my lifestyle. It was slow, boring, and almost invisible. But then one day, I checked my accounts and it hit me. The kid who used to overdraft on pizza right now had over $300,000 in investments. Holy crap, I am humble, I am grateful. God damn, I never thought I'd be here. Not because I made a ton, right? I haven't made big amounts of money in my life, jobs wise, right? But it was finally because I cared enough to keep track. And that's what changed everything for me. Money wasn't this mysterious thing anymore. It was a mirror. Whatever I did consistently, good or bad, showed up in the numbers. But even after all this, I still feel the pull, that quiet voice that says, you could leave it all, go somewhere new. I could bartend in Thailand, live cheap, explore, meet new people, tell stories. And honestly, I think about it a lot because as much as I'm proud of what I built, I'm also tired. There's this weird loneliness that comes with trying to get your life together. You start drifting from people who don't think the same way. Your weekends disappear into work, and your goals start costing you time with your friends. Some days I look around and I wonder if all the sacrifice is worth it. But then I remember, I'm not doing this to flex. I'm doing it to buy back peace. The more you grow, the easier it is to start believing you're better than you are. Money messes with your head. It gives you confidence, but it can also feed your ego. I've seen people hit one big trade and get one promotion and start talking like they've solved life, but no one solved nothing. Everybody's just trying to figure it out day by day. So I keep on showing up, still working, still learning, and still paying my dues because I know what broke felt like. That pressure in your chest, wondering how you'll make rent. That feeling never leaves you. It just becomes fuel. People think being broke means not having money, but I've met guys making six figures who are still broke in their minds because they spend to fill emptiness, not to build stability. Being broke isn't about your wallet, it's about how much you lie to yourself. You tell yourself you deserve a break when you haven't earned this stress. You convince yourself everyone else is lucky instead of learning how they move. The truth is, every decision adds up, just like debt does. Either build assets or you will build regret. One morning, I checked my portfolio and I saw the balance. It didn't even make me excited. It just made me calm, finally having some space to breathe. And then I realized that's the point. It was never about being rich. It was about being free from the panic, free from the what if, free from living one bad decision away from disaster. And that's when it hit me. Money isn't the goal, control is. So if you're watching this and you feel stuck, if your life feels like one long Monday, just know you're not too late. You're just early in the process. No one's coming to save you, but that's not a bad thing. It means you get to save yourself, and it's going to suck sometimes. You'll feel alone. You'll question, is this even worth it? But I promise it is, because that feeling of finally getting ahead, checking your balance, and realizing you're stable, that's peace money can't even buy. So if you're broke in 2025, maybe it's your fault, but that's the best news you'll ever hear, because it means you can change it. And once you do, you'll never go back. Thank you so much for your time. If you got all the way to the end of this video, I work hard. Please like the videos. Just got off my 14-hour shift type shit. But stay blessed, stay sexy, and I'm out. Peace.